All right, so let's talk about dancehall now, gentlemen. Quick comment on dancehall now. The new arrivals and what go on. Richie, you're a producer. Apart from being an artist yourself, you're a producer. And you walk the dancehall, walk the way you are now. A lot of people know say a dancehall artist. You know?
Yeah, man, my first song, you better get up that on book back for hit you right between the eyes.
Because when you sing them, say you're a dancer.
But if your last song right now, I play a song with Richie and Popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll never leave the dancehall yet because that is how my career started.
Yes.
And I have a lot of love and respect for dancehall.
No, so
yeah,
you're coming.
The current situation in dancehall, there are some wonderful things going on in dancehall, and there are some not so wonderful things going on. What I mean by that is that bless up to all of the young youth who are coming at the thing, because we love the young people, them, and love to see them do them thing, and I don't mind singing with the young people, you know, and thing. Me love them type of vibes. I'm one of the biggest Dexter Daps fan for argument's sake. Just love him vibe and style. See, and many of the youths them. You mentioned something earlier about the direction of which the music is going. And we really need to take a look on that. And no one don't talk about we are fight against what youth are doing. That is not the reality. The reality is the foreigners are sampling from the 80s and the 90s. Every time Justin Bieber or what's his name, Ed Sheeran and them sing, it's still a 90s sound.
Nicki Minaj.
They're using while we in Jamaica are moving away from it. So it's not really helping us. We don't see our new artists and songs going in the charts, the national charts in many different countries. And so we have a concern about that. So I'm not so a fan of those type of things. But I must say I hear some youth with some nice lyrics, some nice melodies. The song about Hillside by Chronic Love. I just love that tune there because the argument, the melody, the style, you know, you just know so the youth them have it. But I just think the production we can look more. We take the Jamaica out of the production of the music now, and we need to put it back. Because some foreign people, at them are run with it and at them are score big hits with it.
True.
That is what I think, yes, that is what we need to focus on. And somehow we're not doing a good job in training our kids to understand how to prolong our legacy or to take responsibility of the legacy of the Jamaican legacy. Because if you don't understand who you are in the world of music, that you have an identity is important. In anything that you're selling, you have to have a brand. Another word for identity is brand. Jamaica has its own brand in music.
Yeah.
One of the few countries in the world, only like the US, Africa, and who else is more distinct, and maybe the Latin, the Latin people, that have musical identity globally.
Identity.
So why is it that our youth don't understand that must be preserved? Mark you, the language is still alive in what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
But what some technical people tell me is that the German bass...
It not sound like dancehall.
It not sound like dancehall. So people abroad, when they listen to it, they're not interested because they know where to find that. In hip-hop.
Them always talk about the snare, whereas, you know, dancehall now, the snare, hip-hop snare.
Yeah.
You know, where's the dancehall snare? And it's just a position, you know. That's all, you know. If you shift that snare there, you know, from that position to the next position, you get the dancehall snare.
Yes, so why don't we stay with what identifies us? What is our legacy? What makes us who we are in this noisy, massive universe?
One other thing, Winford, is that based on my experience over the years, is that the sound of music change. And it changes like about every 78 years. And I can remember that specifically from in the 90s coming right up till now.
It has always been dynamic.
Yeah.
And it
evolved.
From ska to rocksteady 4 years. Reggae 2 years later. Dancehall. But dancehall hasn't changed in terms of...
No trap.
Yeah. But I can remember now, Winford, about 2005, 2006, when the tempo of dancehall reached to as far as like about 125 beats per minute. It gone pop sound now. You know, that's when the Dan Carleon, the Big Ship time, and you know, when everything was, even when Fireman have turn it up, man. You
Turn
know?
them up.
Everything was fast.
Yeah.
It slowed down back now after that. But, you know, as what I'm saying is that, as it is right now, it kind of shifts now to this hip-hop-in sound right now.
Yes, so the concern is the hip-hop sound.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not so much the beat per minute.
No, yeah, the trap sound where them are now.
I talked to Boy Wonder, who was one of the producers that involved in Work. We were at the award show together in LA. And I was around a table with him and having a conversation. And the question I asked him is, of all the rhythms in the world, why did you choose Sail Away, which is a rhythm that I produced some 25 years ago? And he said to me, this is one of my all-time favorite rhythms growing up. So it's an honor to sample it, you know, in a Rihanna song. And I said, but what about what is going on now? Just to pick him brain to hear what I'm thinking. And him look at him, smile. He never wants to say nothing disrespectful. Him just say, no, man, I really prefer the 90s. You know, so that tells me a lot. How the man them think and what them really love. And as the great, what's his name, Arthur Tappin, said to me one time at Jazz and Blues, said, Jamaica need to get back to the music that make us fall in love with Jamaica.
Yeah.
You understand me?
And if you even, let's do a quick check. For the past about 5 or so music what really hit it mainstream internationally. A real authentic dancehall sound. Gyptian did it.
Every time.
Movado did it. Sirani did it. It was real authentic dancehall
Every time.
sound.
We have never seen one of the new style, trap style, that really go anywhere in the charts. And again, we're not saying anything against the youth, but we have to have this conversation. It jump at and define the genre, you know.
Yeah.
So to pop, that's hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick off, one drop, kick off. You know, so if you're even borrowing something, you can't change the style of the drumming.
Identity.
You lose the identity.
Yeah.
And that's what the foreigners them want to hear. The identity.
Yeah, man. That's why they always sample something. That Jamaican,
that's interesting, you know,
strong Jamaican song.
If you lose your identity, then you're like everybody else. And can you compete at their level with the resources they have at their disposal?
No, sir. No, sir. Not at all.